Hello and welcome to the Year 9 Option Choices presentation. I hope you find the presentation informative and helpful. If you do have any questions after the presentation is complete, I'll be available to contact via email. The focus on this presentation will be on three things: the pathways to post-16, subject options, and how to decide what to study. The curriculum offer for Key Stage 4 is about what your child will be studying for the next 2 years. It's about choosing subjects to be assessed in Year 11. The majority of the subjects chosen will be assessed in the May or June of 2025. One of the primary roles of the options process is about choosing a pathway that will allow your child to access all of the options they want to have at post-16. To support students with making their choices for options, we have created three differentiated pathways. These are pathways to post-16 and hopefully will help you and your child select options that provide flexibility and also support the path that your child wishes to pursue post-16 and beyond. They are designed to help you and your child choose their options. It suggests subjects that might be studied to support a path to post-16. Students will have to continue to study the core subjects of English, Maths and Science in Key Stage 4, alongside PE, which continues to be studied as part of a healthy lifestyle. In English, they will study both English language and English literature, attaining 2 GCSEs at the end of 2025. Mathematics is 1 GCSE, and Science is a core offer of 2 GCSEs. However, at the end of Year 10, this may be increased to 3 GCSEs, with discussion from the Science Department and the student involved. Core PE is a non-examined course. The English Baccalaureate, or EBACC measure, was introduced in 2010. It's composed of English, Maths, Science, a humanity and a language. We believe it forms a strong basis for a curriculum for a student who wishes to progress through to university and offers a broad and varied curriculum. Studies have shown that those students studying the EBACC are more likely to have success in higher education. The majority of our students will be following this pathway. Whilst it is not a uni admission requirement yet, it may be in the future, and there are over 5 years before your child will be going off to uni. We want to ensure that our students are not disadvantaged by any changes that might take place over the next 5 years. The guided pathways. Our pathways are general, EBACC, and flexible. We have given each student a recommended pathway. This pathway is only a recommended pathway and can be changed. However, we advise that students do follow the recommended pathway. These have been decided based on assessments and how successful and enjoyable each pathway will be for each student on an individual basis. These are designed to help you and your child choose a balanced and appropriate curriculum. All three would allow any child to have many opportunities open to them post-16 in terms of study and careers and in progressing to university if that is what they wish. All of our pathways overlap. EBACC studying both humanities and the language. General will be studying only one of these subjects. Humanities contains skills that are very relevant to studying a wide range of subjects at further education. Language can make students more appealing to top universities, but both subject areas are offered at all pathways. The flexible pathway is by invitation only. The students on this pathway concentrate on fewer options to improve success, with additional support in numeracy and literacy. The focus on students following this pathway are to be ready for apprenticeships, college, and the world of work. Students invited to participate on this pathway have already been written to. Here we have our list of options. These are also available on our website in our options booklet. The EBACC subjects are highlighted in green. Now we want students to follow a broad and varied curriculum. So students will not be able to choose to study more than one of the DT subjects, and they cannot choose to study both art and textiles. Art and textiles have overlapping content, which is significant, and so consequently we cannot allow students to choose both of those. In this list of subjects we have both GCSEs and BTECs, which are different types of course. There's been a huge growth in the role of BTECs have had to play in higher and further education. Around a third of the grades now accepted for university are BTEC, and these are predicted to grow. Both have exams, both are of equal challenge, but they have differing course content and focus. We have got a huge amount of choice. We provide over 1,000 different possible combinations. We also do not block subjects and limit choice. We endeavour not to make the student fit the curriculum, but instead create the curriculum to fit the student. As I say, with 1,000 combinations, we do work incredibly hard to provide the curriculum that a student wants. We ask, however, that students select a reserve and order their option choices in terms of preference. In the rare event of an option clash, or we can't timetable it, or there's a viability issue, such as being too few students who wish to study a course. Now, this rarely happens, but I want you to make you aware of the potential possibility. Where an issue arises, it will be discussed and reviewed with the students. On the screen now, we have the options form. A link will be sent tomorrow to the student's school email address and the parent's personal email address. This link will take you to this form which you have signed in and will guide you through the choosing process. A how-to guide was provided in the initial letter that you received regarding the options process that you referred to. Both the letter and the how-to guide are available on the school's website. Some elements to note from this options form. At the top, it will tell the student which pathway that they are on. In this example, the student is on the EBACC pathway. There are then multiple sections for the students to make their choices. This example has 3 sections because they are on the EBACC pathway. The first section is the language section, the second section is the humanities section, and the third section are the further choices. When you choose a subject, you click on the subject and it will turn blue. The order in which you choose those subjects will appear on the side and will be the order of preference. So be careful to click on your first choice first, your second choice second, and so on. When you wish to choose a reserve, the reserve button is to the right hand side of the subjects, and clicking on this will make a subject appear as a reserve on the right hand side as well. Now, this entire process is focused on helping you and your child gather the information you need to make the best and most appropriate choice. We have both Miss Hunt, our Careers Director, and Miss Riddensdale, our Careers Advisor, who can support careers conversations. It's all about choosing subjects which students will enjoy, be successful in, and open up the pathways to what they would like to do in the future. Here we have the timeline of the process. Now, some dates here may need adding to for the obvious reasons of today's snow. However, some important ones to note are from tomorrow, the options process will be live, which means you'll be able to start choosing your options. Now, we don't operate on a first come first served basis. So any time between tomorrow and the 16th of April, you're able to go in, make changes or your initial choices to those options. When it comes to the 16th of April, the options form will be closed, which means then we'll start to block the options. At that point, if you have any amendments that you'd like to make, you'll need to do so in writing to myself, but I would advise that you make those choices beforehand, because after they are blocked, you may not be able to choose the combination that you wish. Thank you very much for listening. If you have any questions, please do email me.